Before they became missing persons, they were mothers, they were daughters, they were sisters, they were friends, they were deeply loved. For every family still searching, for every name that deserves to be remembered, for every story that deserves to be told, this is their stories to tell. On November 7th, 2010, Taffy G. Overstreet spent the day reaching out for help. She called her adult son several times, telling him her husband had been drinking and had assaulted her. During one of those calls, her son heard yelling in the background. Taffy told him she wanted her husband out of her house. Later that day, she called her uncle and asked him to come over and help make her husband leave. When her uncle arrived around 10 o'clock that night, no one answered the door. Taffy's car was gone. Around that same time, someone used her food stamp card at a nearby grocery store. At approximately 10:18 p.m., Taffy spoke with a cousin. She said she had told her husband he needed to move out within a month. That was the last confirmed conversation anyone had with her. A post later appeared on her Facebook page shortly after midnight, but Taffy was never seen again. When her son couldn't reach her over the next 2 days, he went to her home. After getting no answer, he forced his way inside. The house was empty. Taffy's vehicle, laptop computer, cell phone, 2 pistols, and her husband's clothing were gone. Investigators searched the home but found no blood and no human remains. The following day, Taffy's husband cut off the electronic ankle monitor he was required to wear while on parole. Cell phone records later showed he traveled through several states, and authorities say he repeatedly used or attempted to use Taffy's debit card while she remained missing. 1 month later, he was arrested in Jacksonville, Florida, while driving Taffy's car. Inside the trunk, investigators found a handgun and a roll of duct tape stained with blood. DNA testing indicated the blood was probably Taffy's. Although Taffy's body has never been found, prosecutors later charged her husband with her murder. He has denied knowing what happened to her. Today, more than a decade later, Taffy G. Overstreet remains missing. May 22nd, 2018. 18-year-old Arionna Parham was just 1 day away from graduating from Dickinson High School. She never made it to class. According to the Charlie Project, Arionna left her home in Dickinson, Texas early that morning. Her older sister offered to drive her to school if she waited. Instead, Arionna left on foot before her sister was ready. She never arrived at school. Arionna was living with her older sister and helping care for her nieces and nephews. When her family realized she was missing, they discovered she had left behind her cell phone, her asthma inhaler, and all of her personal belongings. That immediately raised concern. Arionna suffered from severe asthma and relied on her inhaler several times each day. According to her family, leaving without it was completely out of character. As investigators worked to determine what happened, they learned Arionna had been spending time with an older man from the neighborhood, Armando Nico Cruz. According to investigators, Cruz picked Arionna up on the morning she disappeared. Authorities have also investigated his brother, Oscar Cruz, in connection with the case. According to the Charlie Project, Oscar Cruz allegedly told a friend that he had killed Arionna. Despite that allegation, no one has ever been charged in connection with her disappearance. More than 7 years later, Arionna Parham remains missing. No one has been charged in connection with her disappearance. Her family is still searching for answers. December 2nd, 2016. 28-year-old Nicole Shante Moore left home after telling people she was going to meet someone. Before she left, Nicole reportedly told others she was afraid to go alone. She even asked if someone would go with her. No one did. According to investigators, Nicole planned to meet Billy Glenn Ivy Jr. to purchase marijuana. That was the last day anyone reported seeing her alive. As the investigation unfolded, detectives used cell phone records to trace Nicole's final known movements. Weeks later, her Cadillac was found abandoned in the parking lot of a Toys R Us in Amarillo. Nicole was nowhere to be found. Investigators later identified Billy Glenn Ivy Jr. as the primary suspect in Nicole's disappearance. Authorities allege that evidence connected him to the case, and he was eventually charged with her murder, even though Nicole's body has never been found. Before the case could go to trial, Ivy died while in custody. Because of his death, the criminal case came to an end. But for Nicole's family, the search for answers did not. Today, Nicole Shante Moore remains missing. Her family is still waiting to bring her home. Her story is far from over. April 2nd, 2016. 35-year-old Krislyn Gibson traveled from Houston to Austin with her longtime friend Sydney Taylor for the Urban Music Festival. The two had been friends since high school and planned to spend the weekend enjoying the event before returning home. After arriving in Austin, they left their belongings at a friend's house. Later that night, they met up with Harvey Hootie Cyphers, an acquaintance Taylor had known for years. Surveillance cameras captured all three entering the Landing Strip nightclub together. Just after 2 o'clock that morning, they were seen leaving the club together. Around 3 a.m., the friend they were staying with spoke to Sydney Taylor by phone. Taylor said he was with Cyphers. It would be the last confirmed contact anyone had with either Sydney or Krislyn. They never returned to the house. They were never seen again. 2 days later, Taylor's black Dodge Charger was found abandoned in downtown Houston, more than 160 miles from where the pair had last been seen. Inside the vehicle, investigators found some of Krislyn's personal belongings. They also discovered blood evidence inside the car. As the investigation continued, detectives searched Cyphers' home in Austin. According to investigators, they found blood evidence and signs that a violent crime had occurred and that someone had attempted to clean the scene. Cell phone records also placed Krislyn's, Sydney's, and Cyphers' phones together during the early morning hours before all three traveled toward Houston. Later that day, only Cyphers' phone continued moving back toward Austin. In 2019, Cyphers was charged with tampering with evidence involving a human corpse. The following year, he was also charged with the murders of Krislyn Gibson and Sydney Taylor. In 2023, he pleaded guilty to tampering with physical evidence involving a human corpse and was sentenced to 25 years in prison. The murder charges were dismissed at the time of sentencing. Despite the prosecution, Krislyn's remains have never been found. Today, more than 10 years later, Krislyn Gibson remains missing. Her family is still waiting for the answers they have searched for since that spring weekend in Austin. December 26, 1999. 35-year-old Yolanda Evette Gooch was last seen leaving her home in Marshall, Texas. She was carrying 2 suitcases. That was the last confirmed time anyone reported seeing her. Where Yolanda planned to go and who she may have intended to meet have never been publicly established. Investigators have said she may have traveled to Chicago, Illinois, but no confirmed sightings have ever been reported. As the days turned into weeks, Yolanda never returned home. She never contacted her loved ones. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance have remained unclear from the very beginning. Unlike many missing persons cases, there have been no public arrests, no named suspects, and very few investigative details released over the years. That lack of information has made it even more difficult to determine what happened after Yolanda walked away from her home that December afternoon. More than 2 decades have passed, yet the questions surrounding Yolanda's disappearance remain unanswered. Today, Yolanda Evette Gooch remains missing. Her family is still waiting for the day they finally learn what happened after she left home carrying 2 suitcases and never returned. August 5th, 2020. 42-year-old Bonita Tamake Woody was last seen in McKinney, Texas. At the time, she was driving a gray 2007 GMC Yukon with Texas license plate NCG 7275. The vehicle had a decal in the lower left corner of its rear window. Sometime after Benita disappeared, her Yukon was found abandoned more than 200 miles away on westbound Interstate 40 near mile marker 113 in Canadian County, Oklahoma. Benita was not with the vehicle. There was no sign of her nearby. Investigators also determined that Benita's cell phone had last connected to a tower in Canadian County. But publicly available records do not establish why she traveled there, whether she was still driving the Yukon when it reached Oklahoma, or what happened after her phone connected to that tower. The discovery of the vehicle created a trail between 2 states, but it did not lead investigators to Benita. Few additional details about the investigation have been released. No suspects have been publicly identified, and no explanation has emerged for how Benita vanished between McKinney, Texas, and that stretch of highway in Oklahoma. Today, Bonita Tamake Woody remains missing. Both Texas and Oklahoma authorities continue to investigate her disappearance. Anyone with information may contact the McKinney Police Department at 972-547-2700 or the Canadian County Sheriff's Office at 405-295-6763. Until Benita is found, say her name, share her story, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because every share could place her face in front of the person who knows what happened. No woman should ever vanish without headlines.